Hi everyone, welcome back to KG Graves. Today we're at Danehill Cemetery in Danehill, East Sussex, and we're here to visit the grave of husband and wife, actor and actress Peter Butterworth and Janet Brown. As you know, Peter Butterworth was famous for starring in the Carry On films, and Janet Brown was famous for her impression of the ex-Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher. As usual, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Let's start with Peter. Peter William Shorrocks Butterworth was born on the 4th of February 1915 in Bramhall, Cheshire. He was an English actor and comedian. He served as lieutenant in the Fleet Air Arm of the Royal Navy during the Second World War. While as a prisoner of war at Stalag Luft 3, he met Talbot Rothwell, who later went on to write many of the Carry On films in which he was to star. His first film appearance was in the Val Guest film William Comes to Town 1948. They became close friends and the two worked on a further 7 films together. His first major success was on the television in the Terry Thomas sketch show How Do You View? His wife, Janet Brown, was also a cast member of the show. Peter also presented successful programmes aimed at children in the 1950s, including Whirligig and Butterworth Time. He continued to take minor parts in films and went on to appear alongside actors including Sean Connery, David Niven and Douglas Fairbanks Jr. during his career. Around the time his work in the Carry On films began, he made guest appearances in 2 Doctor Who stories in 1965-66 with the first Doctor William Hartnell. These were The Time Meddler and The Daleks' Master Plan, playing the monk in both. Peter's association with the Carry On series began midway through the series with Carry On Cowboy 1965. He was put in touch with the creator of the series, Peter Rogers, by his friend Talbot Rothwell, the writer of Carry On Cowboy and who had written the previous 4 films. Peter was the 6th most prolific performer in the series, making 16 film appearances, 2 Christmas specials, the television series in 1975 and the West End theatre productions, which also toured the country alongside Sid James, Barbara Windsor and Kenneth Connor. He was often cast as a stooge for another character. Thus in Carry On Screaming he played Detective Constable Slowbottom, the assistant for Detective Sergeant Bung, played by Harry H. Corbett, while in Don't Lose Your Head he played Citizen B-Day, the assistant to Citizen Camembert, played by Kenneth Williams. In Camping he played Joshua Fiddler, the laid-back and eccentric campsite manager, among others. Peter remained with the series until the final film in the series was made, Carry On Emmanuel 1978. He also appeared in the films of Richard Lester. He appeared in Lester's film version of A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum 1966. A decade later he appeared consecutively in The Ritz and Robin and Marion, both 1976, alongside Sean Connery, Richard Harris and Audrey Hepburn. In television, he made a special appearance in an episode of Catweasel, The Demi-Devil 1970, and the Dad's Army episode, The Face on the Poster 1975. In 1975, he was the subject of an episode of This Is Your Life, whereby Eamon Andrews surprised him while he was shopping in Selfridges, London.
In the nicking department, yes, because tonight, comedy star Peter Butterworth, this is your life.
No. Friends who took part in the show include Terry Scott, Talbot Rothwell, Jimmy Jewell, John Casson and Rupert Davis. Peter's wife and their children were also at the recording. When the Carry On films finished in 1978, Peter began to concentrate on straight roles, taking a small part in the feature film The First Great Train Robbery with Sean Connery and the Alan Bennett play Afternoon Off, both 1979. These 2 productions were shown posthumously. Altogether, Peter performed in 69 films between 1948 and 1979, and 67 television roles between 1949 and 1979. Peter was introduced to actress and impressionist Janet Brown by Talbot Rothwell, and the two married in 1946 at St Mary's, Bryanston Square, Marylebone. They had 2 children, a son, Tyler, who also became an actor and is married to actress Janet Dibley, and a daughter, Emma, who was born in 1962. She died in 1996, aged 34. In 1979, while the first Great Train Robbery was on general release, Peter was starring as Widow Twankey in the pantomime Aladdin at the Coventry Theatre. When the show had finished, he went back to his hotel following the evening's performance. His failure to return for the following day's matinee show caused alarm, and he was found dead in his room from a heart attack. He died on the 17th of January 1979 at the age of 63. Now let's concentrate on Peter's wife, Janet Brown.
May I say that my husband and I send heartfelt election greetings to you all, wherever you may be. I would like to say, as Britain's first woman Prime Minister, that it is a great honor for you. Though I did have one anxious moment when my support fell away and my marginals started slipping.
Janet McCluskey Brown was born on the 14th of December 1923 in Rutherglen, Lanarkshire. She was a Scottish actress, comedian and impressionist. During World War II, Janet enlisted in the Auxiliary Territorial Service and was the first female performer to take part in Stars in Battle dress. She entered British film as an actress in 1948, notably in Folly to be Wise, 1952, and then appeared in several British television series such as The Eric Barker Half Hour, 1952, How Do You View, 1952 to 1953, and Friends and Neighbours, 1954. When Margaret Thatcher was elected as leader of the Conservative Party in 1975, Janet gained increasing prominence because of her realistic impression of the Tory politician. She performed as Thatcher on BBC TV's Mike Yarwood Show, on BBC Radio's The News Hoodlines, and on film in the 1981 James Bond film For Your Eyes Only, as well as others. In 1979, she also starred as Thatcher on the comedy album Iron Lady, The Coming of the Leader. She was the subject of This Is Your Life in 1980 when she was surprised by Eamon Andrews, just like her husband Peter was.
Oh, God. I can't believe it.
Well, the viewing session didn't finish exactly as you planned.
Dear, if you could hear my heartbeat. Oh, dear.
What did you think when you saw my beautiful wig?
Oh, Eamon, I tell you, when I was sitting there and I saw the Margaret Thatcher come up and Hilda Ogden, and then I saw that wig and I thought, I don't remember doing this one. I wonder which character this is. And when you turned round, I thought, well, you must be just part of something I'm supposed to do and don't know about.
Well, this you do know about now, because Janet Brown, this is your life, a life of show business that began in childhood, but which you put aside for many years to concentrate on being a caring wife and mother. Now, sadly, your husband, the much-loved comedy actor Peter Butterworth, died suddenly nearly 2 years ago, and you made the courageous decision to continue your work to help you through that unhappy time. And nobody gave you more comfort and encouragement than 2 people who are, of course, here tonight, your son Tyler and your daughter Emma.
Oh, my goodness me. Oh, you're wicked. What did you both set up to?
Well, Tyler and Emma, it must be a hilarious home life having a mother who can change from being one woman to another.
yes, and sometimes it's very confusing because she doesn't only impersonate celebrities, she sometimes impersonates friends and neighbours as well, but it's more than my life's worth, I think, to tell you who.
It is very confusing when Mummy's out and the phone goes because we don't know who we're talking to. It could be a friend's mother or our mother. It's very bad.
In 1990, she recorded a spoken word sequence in her Margaret Thatcher voice for Mike Oldfield's album Amarak. Still acting in her 80s, her last role was as Old Lady Squeamish on the London West End stage in a production of Wycherley's The Country Wife at the Theatre Royal Haymarket, which opened in September 2007. She entitled her 1986 autobiography Prime Mimicker. Janet also appeared with Peter in the 1972 film Bless This House. In total, she appeared in 12 films between 1949 and 2010. After Peter's death, Janet never remarried, spending the rest of her life in Hove until her death following a brief illness in a nursing home on the 27th of May 2011, aged 87. Let's see where their graves are located. So, there you have it, the grave of Peter Butterworth, actor and comedian, and his wife Janet Brown, actress and impressionist. As usual, if you've liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell for more content like this. Leave me a comment below, I love to read the comments. Thanks for watching, see you on the next one.